One of the things that we like to do at Happy Leaf is purchase some of the other grow lights that we see on the market. In this case, we purchased a light, and it costs $130. Ours costs $97, but at the end of the video, we'll tell you what light this was as well. One of the reasons we purchased it is you could see its length is very similar to our 17-inch grow light, and we really wanted to see how well it performs both in terms of growing plants as well as par energy that you're getting out to be able to grow your plants. So in this video, we're going to talk about those things and you'll see the difference. One of the things that we noticed about this light is the packaging is beautiful. They did actually a really good job. They create a little vacuum form tray for the light that it drops into. They give you a box that had some little screws in it, some little magnetic end caps on it. These actually snap into the ends of the part this way, and then this one snaps on this way. So it is an elegant design, but what it ultimately comes down to is what can you do with the light? How high are the par values so that you can grow your plants, and how well does it actually perform in growing your plants, keeping them alive, and looking in your living room? One of the things that we really find important is the ability to hang your light any way that you want to. With the Happy Leaf light, what we did is we provide you a set of eye bolts and a little nut that's captured in this little slot up here, which allows you to basically either hang it by a string, you can adjust the height, you can also even screw a different type of screw directly into that eye bolt if you want to put it under a cabinet. One of the things we noticed with this light is that it's really designed to be hung under a cabinet. It does come with some screws that you could use. They give you a little way to position those screws, but it doesn't allow you to give you that adjustability up and down, which we think is really important. We actually got our own set of strings to hang the light above the plants when we were doing the testing. But that's an important feature that we think was a little bit lacking in this particular design. The best way to compare the performance of two lights is actually to grow some plants. And this is a lettuce that we planted 3 weeks ago. It's called Mascara from Seed Savers. It's exactly the same nutrients, the same water, the same dates. So what we did is we put a jar of the lettuce under our light, under the Procyon 2.0 17-inch light, and under this light, and you can see the difference. So this plant obviously is almost ready to eat, and this one really barely germinated and produced a very small plant. And one way of telling or being able to understand why that is true is to look at what's called the par values. So looking at 6 inches below this light, you are getting about 125 micromoles per square meter per second. And then we're going to do the same comparison under our light, and we're getting about 330, 340 micromoles. So you could see we're getting almost 3 times the amount of energy to your plant, and that is the magic. As a reminder, there are other videos in our YouTube channel that talk a lot about what it is that you need in order to grow your plants successfully. It's PAR energy, which stands for photosynthetically active radiation, that is measured by a meter like this at your plants. You don't want to look at how many lumens a light puts out, because lumens are important to us to see, but not to the plant. And you don't care about how many watts the actual light draws unless you're really worried about efficiency. And that's also important if you're a commercial grower. So that's important, and you can see the difference if you have the right amount of par energy versus not having enough par energy. So now I'll tell you what light this is that we evaluated. It's called the Soltech Grove light. And if I were to summarize what I see here is our light will give you roughly 3 times the coverage area, 3 times the level of light so that you can actually grow your plants to full maturity. This light looks like it was really made to be hung under a cabinet, maybe to keep a plant alive. You may be able to grow some microgreens under it, and you may even be able to do some seed starting under it. But if you would like a more of a well-rounded light source that gives you the ability to grow plants to full maturity, this is the light you're going to want. Procyon 2.0. This is the 17-inch version. We also have a 33-inch version, which is actually twice the size. So look at our YouTube channel and check out our website.
It makes a big difference for our small business when you subscribe, like, and share our content. Let us know what you want to see next, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.